So here we go. Tengod in blue at the bottom. Dylan in red at the top. Thumbs up thrown out by Dylan. And Tengod does not respond to any emote.
He's busy.
Showtime.
Busy putting down his units.
Well, with that Night Witch, we can almost guarantee that a Golem is going to be played down at some point. Could be a Giant.
Yes, could be a Giant. I think that's where we are headed.
Oh, that Fireball actually pushed the Wizard away from the Miner there. The Miner gets a couple of hits, but part of me believes that he would have been better just leaving the one hit, right?
Maybe, because he had the minions. And if that Fireball got the minions too, that was going to be a big snowball already for Tengod. But this is always a funny moment where the Royal Ghost just goes past each other.
Like two ships in the night.
Like, we're pretty old, right? Let's just get past each other, not bother.
I don't know, if you seen old people, usually they're just pushing each other and
I'll have a good answer in 50 years.
You're gonna be the worst old person, I'm telling you now.
When I was back in your age.
Back in the day, that's how we say it. But we see the Poison come out, shutting down the Night Witch for a little bit. Are we gonna see something big played in front of her now? The log comes in and he doesn't get the chance. What is Tengod's last card? Is it gonna be Giant? Is it gonna be Golem? Is it gonna be Balloon?
Oh, Dylan holding one more as well. We'll have to wait a little bit more until the left camera changes.
I guess we're waiting for that double elixir time to see these cards. So I'm going to say it's Golem from Tengod? It has to be, right? Golem, Night Witch.
I think it's about time we see, but maybe not this time because there's a poison once again. And Miner so far has been a lot as a defensive use for Dylan. Even the Bandit has to be dropped, not getting that dash range.
Yeah, both these players are incredibly even. And that bottom left-hand position on that Night Witch instantly answers the Miner, but the Royal Ghosts do walk past each other. But the blue Royal Ghost decides to turn around and starts attacking the other one. There's still one card for each player unrevealed. Fireball comes in, knocks away the Royal Ghost, away from the Miner. That tower is down to 600. 562. The Bats will get one hit. 495 on that top left-hand tower.
A lot of damage put out. Some from the Miner, of course. But good damage connection, of course. The Fireball goes in instantly every single time.
Do you think it was a psych out? Do you think this Night Witch is unaccompanied? There's a Fireball, 102 remain. All right, one more of those will finish this game. The Night Witch goes against the P.E.K.K.A.
Or two zaps. You have a few ways to close out the series of this game here.
The Miner will do it. Tengod takes game one with a deck that smelt and looked like beatdown.
We'll never know what that final card is. And with that, he can actually use that deck once again.
Yeah, but I think, honestly, I think the Inferno Dragon ban was a bit of a red herring. It forced Dylan to bring the P.E.K.K.A. because he thought it was going to be Giant.
Yes.
And especially when that Night Witch came out.
Exactly.
He thought, oh, wow, he's played beatdown.
It's got to be something like that, right?
And then it ended up being a Miner deck. Miner was pretty much the main source of damage onto that tower.
Yeah, Miner, just a regular Miner poison that would seem like a beatdown.
Yeah.
That was actually a good bait. This entire concept with the ban has worked out perfectly. I think that mind game, he has certainly won over, and I think really tricked Dylan into his not as offensive. Even with that P.E.K.K.A., he was just holding that until the final moment and lost the game.
And the thing is now, this also throws Lampo at a bit of a loop. Because will Lampo now think, all right, he's not gonna play beatdown. And we can see Tengod then actually go out and play beatdown. Like, it's the mind game here, I think, has been won by PONOS Sports, especially with their Inferno Dragon ban. Royal Hogs ban, there's not much you can do about that, right? Like, there's no exact replacement.
Sometimes you think it's very simple with just single ban card and how you use your deck, but in this kind of case where you try to trick with your own cards coming into the ban, coming into the actual game, that makes sense along with the ban card. tricks your mind a lot and fiddles with the next opponent who's gonna come up.
But Lampo is gonna want to get revenge here because his perfectly balanced win-loss got ruined today because it's now win-loss, win-loss, loss. So he needs to win the next 3 games to redeem his status, I believe.
He's got a 40% win rate in the set in his 1v1 now. But King of the Hill, the only thing he has is 1 loss against Danny. Can he actually bring it back against Tengot once again here? Or is Tengot going to go on a streak? The second win, we're going to see that in game 2.
So here we go. Tengot in blue played the mind games perfectly last game. And Lampo in red at the top, trying to redeem his 1 loss today.
Skeleton Ice Golem. Is this going to be his Hog Rider Mortal deck once again?
3 Musketeers in the back. And even Tengot looks a bit confused by that choice. What are we going to see? The poison comes down on that right-hand side, ticking away at those 3 Musketeers. And usually what you want to do there is put something out in front because the poison would actually kill them, but the tower finishes it off instantly.
That's just enough. And when you have your Mega Minion delaying the left one.
So Hog Rider comes out. The guards are there to take out that remaining Musketeer. And this Nightwish is actually going to sit behind the Ice Golem. What are we going to see? There's the Miner again. So once again, we're left guessing at this final card. Looking at it, I'm going to say it's a spell this time around.
Maybe just the log.
I don't think it would be a log. I think it might be Fireball looking at the deck, but he already has poison, so maybe you're right. It could be the log.
Maybe a little bit too heavy for his cycle, but we'll have to see a little bit more as he doesn't really have the best. Opponent's deck is not. It is not the best, I would say, with the log, but he's got a good control right now.
Well, the log will help finish off the 3 Musketeers, right?
So Lampo puts the 3 Musketeer a little bit farther away from the King Tower because the poison. It's harder to get value. It's not going to connect too much into the 3 Musketeer or the tower.
That Musketeer will get 1 shot off on the right-hand side, but the Miner comes in at the back on the left and does get a few good hits. The Royal Ghost has to walk all the way around. 1,891, and the favor goes to Tengot there. But this is scary. The Royal Ghost being pushed by that Hog Rider. The last card was that log. Good call, G-Clef. And does manage to take out that Hog Rider. The Hunter, though, does get a couple of pellets onto that tower. 1571.
And the Fireball. So Tengot, even against this 3 Musketeer, as long as he holds this poison and gets rid of the 2 every single time, it should be okay. Because now he has log, which will actually get a lot of value, deleting a lot. Just not going to connection onto the left Royal Ghost this time.
Yeah, his Miner there got no damage done to the tower. The Hunter just takes everything out with a couple of pellets. What can he do here? How can Lampo get any more damage done? It feels like both these players now know what they're playing. But Lampo actually there got a couple of pellets more onto the tower.
Yeah, this one's without the poison, and Tengot, he focuses all the attack onto the left side. Miner does not connect directly. Now it does, but follow-up units are here. Hog Rider on the right bottom, connecting few shots.
Good log there by Lampo, making sure those guards go down. But the Miner played. Okay, not answered perfectly. So the Miner is going to get a couple of hits, 1,467. Will he be able to get any more damage done? Tengot seems to be answered pretty perfectly here by what Lampo is bringing. But Tengot also has a couple of answers to, like, the 3 Musketeers. He has the poison.
Hunter actually doing the last bit of damage to the tower.
Again, yeah, a couple of pellets. He gets done every time. So the Hog Rider coming down on that right-hand side. The Ice Golem there blocking his path. Does get 1 hit. 2 hits there.
So down to both about 1,000. Lampo, he can continue to push as Tengot, he's not having the perfect moment to put down the poison. He needs to get ready for the next wave of attacks.
Yeah, he needs to throw that poison down now. He needs to defend these two Musketeers on that right side because that tower is getting very low. The Night Witch on the left cleans up the last remaining Musketeer, and the Royal Ghosts just smacking each other with swords.
Lampo's Hunter is getting way too much value at Log. Very good, but the Fireball pushing them back, which means Hog Rider will do one more damage.
And that is it. MVP Hunter there.
Even though Hunter did not have the perfect placement every time against the Miner, was able to defend against it and push all the way, even do damage a few times to the tower.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the way the Hunter works is it shoots a bunch of pellets in
a cone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if that pellet hits something, it disappears. If it misses something, it will go for the full range. So what we saw was, with something slightly on the side of the King Tower, the Hunter had an angle where whatever was on the left-hand side,
I think
of
the
that
Ice
cone
Golem, yes,
just damaged the tower. And that's like 3-4 pellets, and that's a little bit of damage each time.
and one more when right before he disappeared with that extra Princess arrow at the very last second. That was a close one, but look at that. Even Reiki Jones seems like he agrees that was a very good game of 1v1, but Lampo, he will stop the streak of 10 God. We're tied 1-1.
Yeah, and it's going to be Rolaporon next. Rolaporon versus Lampo. Rolaporon, let's check his stats right now before it comes up on the screen. Not the best in King of the Hill, actually. Normal 1v1, he has beaten Danny from 5 Gaming, but in King of the Hill, he tied and then lost to Yuhiro, and then lost to Expo Master. When Expo Master had that amazing all-kill against PONOS. So what are we going to see here from Rolaporon? Who knows?
And Rolaporon, when he had the loss in the King of the Hill, he had some Royal Hogs, and that was a weird game with the Barbarian Hut. Remember that game?
Barbarian Hut, Royal Hogs is a very
the Dark Goblin, Mega Minion, and 3 Musketeers.
It was an interesting deck that we could not see working.
It was a very, very heavy deck.
Without the Elixir Collector as well. If I remember correctly, there was no Elixir Collector in that.
Nope.
And it just seemed to be like, who would play a 5.0 Elixir deck with no Elixir Collector?
Yeah, oftentimes you would have the Spear Goblin.
Yeah.
Instead of the Barbarian, which is kind of rare to see. Still, it didn't really work out for him as he was up against Expo Master. It was a really tough one. Well, let's see if he changed into one of the lighter decks in this case.
We haven't seen any Spellbait decks today at all, so I think we might see it now as Rolaporon for PONOS Sports takes on Lampo for Kicks. Who's going to take Game 3 between these two teams? So here they are, Rolaporon in blue at the bottom, Lampo in red at the top. Lampo throws down skeletons. So we're going to see, it looks like it could be that Hog deck that has been doing the rounds, that super quick Hog cycle. But Archers, Archers?
Is it the Expo deck that Lampo has defeated Expo Master?
No, Tesla.
We're getting closer to it every single time.
Each second that passes, and it makes it feel like it's going to be the Expo, but
predicted log there for Rolaporon, but nothing really appears other than the Ice Spirit.
Where is the Expo?
Here we go. We have that put down. I think we have the cycle for the Tesla as well very soon.
Good Prince placement there, making sure that it took all the damage. Are they both playing Expo? That's the question.
Rolaporon, he's got his own Tesla, and as long as he's getting that nearby the Expo, so now Lampo, he has to put that Tesla nearby his own Expo as well. A lot of Teslas, so be careful of which one we're talking about.
All right, so both players now. It looks like Rolaporon is going to wait until that 10 elixir mark, throws out the miner. The skeletons do answer it. They take some damage, but 2066 remains on that top left tower.
Only 2 shovels, and Tesla is very strong. But if you go straight through, directly to the tower, it's basically wasted.
There's the Expo, there's the Tesla, and the Tesla from Rolaporon as well. Starts zapping away at the other Tesla.
Yeah, it's exactly because she was expecting that.
The lock comes in, finishes off that Tesla. The Ice Spirit, though, played with perfect timing and cycles back towards that knight. Beautiful.
It seems like Rolaporon does not have an Expo. Last card is Poison. So he needs to make his Miner actually do direct damage. At least stop that Expo from doing damage every single time.
But that's what he is doing right now. Will he be able to keep it up for the next 44 seconds plus overtime? It's hard to say. His Miner does need to come out very, very soon. He needs to get the damage done to that left-hand side tower. Or he could go the right-hand side tower. I didn't realize that both of those towers are at exactly the same HP. Fireball comes in, knocks the E-Wiz out, who does fall to the archers.
2066. That's in 48 years. But you do have to connect your damage. He does have the Tesla. Is he going to be in time before the Expo? He drops a Knight first. That's going to take the damage from Expo for
He
a
just
while.
played the Tesla, so the Tesla is out of cycle. Has to use the poison here. The E-Wiz, the logs come in. He doesn't have anything to take the aggro this time. Tried to use the skeletons, but the poison will finish it off. But the advantage now goes to Lampo. 1,639 left on that tower.
Lampo, he felt that the previous cycle actually worked out. As long as he gets a Knight down and Tesla nearby the Expo, he's going to get that continuous momentum and connection damage to the tower. Now, after the poison, this will be the perfect time to put down that Expo.
Maybe not, because by judging, I think Rolaporon now has the Tesla in cycle. Before, he tried to use the Tesla a little bit earlier, throws down the Prince. The Knight. The log comes in. The Electro Wizard is going to finish that up. That's a lot of defense, but the log comes in.
So this one was basically a bait for the next push, that he wants to have it on the right side. That's why already a Knight onto the right. Rolaporon is actually reading what Lampo is trying to do. Has to put the Tesla away from the bridge now.
Yeah, and the poison, the Miner, everything just going wrong there for Lampo. That push was so effective for Rolaporon. Ice Spirit hits Ice Spirit. They give each other a big hug, and the E-Wiz played from the back. There is the Expo. There's the Tesla in response. It will start zapping away at that Expo. The Ice Spirit freezes just long enough for it to finish, and the Miner at the back, this time distracted by the Ice Golem. But still, will he turn around and go for the King Tower? No, he does get one extra hit onto that Princess Tower. 9-10 remaining.
So he will be put into offensive mode. That's why the Expo is on the other side. He wants to have that Expo lining up so far, because it has a long range. Even though it doesn't connect directly to the tower, it will hit the Miner, it will hit the Knight.
Yeah, so the Knight is summoned again in the middle, taking the aggro from that Expo. And the Miner is just getting work done, but will he be able to do 698 damage in a minute? That is the question, but will he also be able to defend the Expo? He actually uses the Miner to try and take out the Expo here. Uses the log as well. There is double Tesla for Lampo here.
Yeah, Ice Golem takes the damage. Now the Knight will take the aggro, so Expo no connection this time.
I think Rolaporon just needs one really good Miner and a poison to finish this game. But the Expo comes down again. The Tesla is there. The Tesla will start zapping away. The Miner did get 1, 2, 3 hits. 506 remain. Not enough to poison down.
This
20
is be
seconds
close.
remaining.
25 seconds. So he needs to put that Miner once again. Tesla in a defensive mode.
Beautiful.
That's a poison.
Is it going to be enough?
May just be enough with the log, and that's going to do it.
Rolaporon beats out Lampo here with a deck that was just so quickly cycled that it outcycled the cycle Expo. Great, great play by Rolaporon.
He will be glad that he chose this deck, that he actually had a Tesla to actually work out against that Expo every single time. Because that Tesla's single target damage is very strong. Expo has a lot of HP, but over time damage. And against, well, if you have 6 Elixir Expo, 4 Elixir Tesla all the time, well, Tesla, of course, wins, and you get better trade every single time.
Yeah, and he just had the quickest minor cycle deck I think I've seen in a long time. He knew, judging by that deck, he knew Lampo would bring the Expo deck there.
Feels bad for those knights that took all the arrows and disappeared all
The
for
knights are
6
just
minutes
like,
of that game.
can you imagine the knight just tanking an Expo in real life? He's just walking forward.
Like,
It's-
I'm not even
tis
going.
only-
He's not even going towards the expo.
Tis only a scratch. Just keeps walking forward. Oh man, that would be painful. It's like acupuncture.
Well, he did his duty, and that's why his owner, the
His
player.
owner.
I guess in
Jeez.
this case.
His owner.
Well,
Man,
Rolaporon, he was able to win.
Clash
against the
Royale
Expo.
got deep. It got deep way too quickly with owners.
But Lampo, he had really good confidence with that Expo deck because that was one of his first deck when he came in with the Season 1, defeated Expo Master, who was considered one of the best Korean players back then.
Still is.
Or still is, but he doesn't use that Expo anymore.
He used it last week, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know, once.
Yeah, and he was amazing.
I know, but not as much.
But yeah, Lampo there.
But the point is, Lampo was able to defeat him with the Expo deck.
yeah, and that's got to hurt as Expo Master. And that is why a lot of the players actually really respect Lampo, because he came out all guns blazing in that first game.
Yes.
But we are about to get to Rolaporon versus Dios Stitch in game number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Game number 4 between PONOS Sports and Kicks Team. All right, so looking at the stats, Dios Stitch has beaten Danny but lost to Rad of Fav Gaming. And obviously, there isn't much King of the Hill data for Kicks, as their first King of the Hill was yesterday. So we see Rolaporon is using that very quick cycle Hog Rider deck that has been doing the rounds lately, and that Hog Rider is very, very healthy as it gets that tower, and the Tornado activates the King Tower, and that is bad news bears for Rolaporon.
Yeah, Dios Stitch, he was actually using a lot of bandits and quick cycle bridge spam, semi-bridge spam deck just yesterday. Seems like he has switched out a little bit with that Tornado available this time.
Yeah, so the Ice Golem there tanks up the Baby Dragon, as the Musketeer will clean that up. There's the Hog Rider again, using the Ice Golem as a meat shield. Fireball comes in, takes out everything.
It's one shot from the Hog Rider. This Musketeer locks onto the tower, so that's 2 more street shots.
Can I talk about the timing there? His timing was impeccable. He threw that Fireball. The Fireball finished the Tombstone just as that Ice Golem exploded, causing all the skeletons that would have spawned to die instantly.
Yes.
Beautiful timing.
And also, Hog Rider didn't really get too much laid by that Tombstone because he had kind of predicted Fireball there.
The Graveyard here, that's bad. The cannon has to do a lot of work, has to use the log here. Will he be able to defend this without taking much damage? And the answer is yes, but the Baby Dragon is going to get a couple of hits in. Does get frozen up and down to 2,065. Cannon.
So that's a little bit more. Cannon 3, log 2. So evens out with the Graveyard, but he still managed to do some damage.
Only with the Baby Dragon though, which is an extra 4 elixir. Fireball comes in. He is not worried about that King Tower anymore. That would have activated it if it wasn't activated already. Beautiful. Ice Spirit will go down. Ice Wizard goes down in one shot to the Musketeer. There is the Ice Golem. There's the Hog Rider. The Ice Shield is back. The log comes in. Takes it out. Takes out the skeletons. The Hog Rider running forward. Doesn't manage to get to the tower. But that Musketeer in the back almost cleans this up, which means boom, boom. Princess Tower takes everything. 1,154 on that top left-hand tower.
Lots of spells tossed. Good connections. This poison will actually do direct damage to the tower, so that's a good news for Stitch. But Tombstone before the Hog Rider. Okay, this one, let's see how Rolaporon wants to make a use of this.
Fireballs again. There's the Graveyard. The Musketeer in the back. There's the Ice Golem and needs that cannon. A Tornado pulls everything back to the tower. Trying to get that Baby Dragon splash damage, but couldn't get it on the tower. But a lot of damage was done by that Graveyard. In general, 1,281. This Hog Rider was going for that tower, but the Tombstone played Perfect timing. The Ice Wizard slows it down. And there's a lot of skeletons there, but they will die in one shot to the tower. The log comes in. There's the graveyard again. The Musketeer goes for that
Log
knight.
before the graveyard, so this one's really powerful. Even the poison hitting the tower. Lots of skeletons connecting, even with that Musketeer on the side.
5-8-3. Suddenly, the balance has been thrown in. We're equal again, but here is that Hog Rider. The Fireball comes down. Does connect. 3-8-3 remaining on the tower. Will the Hog Rider get a hit? No. Shut down right there. So that is not good for Rolaporon. He needs to defend this like his life depends on it, because it does. Cannon comes down. So do the skeletons, but a poison from Dios Stitch has to use the log. Rolaporon tries to block everything out and has managed to do it. The Ice Wizard connects onto the Hog Rider with the Tornado. Great Tornado there, pulling it into the middle, closed out. There's a Fireball. 1-8-2 remaining. All he needs to do now is cycle for one more Fireball, but he has to survive this graveyard.
But Dios spent one more poison with one more skeleton damage. That will finish the game as well.
He got the skeleton damage. There's the log. The Fireball comes in. Rolaporon.
27 left.
Finishes. Kicks here. Rolaporon left it